I don't know what the hell they think they're doing. They're doing what they like. They're socially cleansing of the people they don't want there to put in the people they do want there. And they would never get away with it half a mile down the river in Greenwich. They've already dumped on Deptford every chance they got, and they're not stopping now.
71-year-old Andrea Hughes lives opposite Reginald House in Tidemill Gardens, a council estate and community garden which has been targeted by the Mayor of London's plans. Under Sadiq Khan's regeneration policy, the site will be demolished to make way for a new home development. Typically, this process must be approved by the tenants. However, in this case, the decision was made before the approval policy was introduced. With Tidemill Gardens being boarded off by security, local residents are furious.
They could build that housing anywhere else, but because they can, they think they can, because they don't think that we have the weapons to fight them, because we're poor, ethnic minority, and it's the same in every deprived neighbourhood of London.
The Housing Association in charge of development, Peabody, plans to build 209 homes on the site, with 117 of those being social housing. New Cross councillor and Lewisham cabinet member Joe Dromey believes that these new homes will benefit Lewisham.
The first thing to say is we completely understand why some people oppose the development, but I think it's bizarre, frankly, to call it social cleansing. This development provides more social housing than any development we've seen in Lewisham for a generation. 56% of the homes on the site will be social homes. They're homes that go to people in desperate housing needs. Most of them won't be working, they'll be on very low incomes. The rents are higher than council rents, but the people who will be going into these homes, they'll be able to afford them. If they're not in work, they'll be able to get housing benefit to cover the cost. I don't think you can call that gentrification.
Rent for the new social homes will be set through Sadiq Khan's new London affordable rent. This new bracket has come under scrutiny by campaigners who argue it will be higher than the current rent for social housing in Lewisham. At a march through Deptford High Street, lead campaigner for Save Reginald, Save Tidemill, Heather Gilmore, spoke about the impact of gentrification on the community.
What we're seeing also is that the few people that are coming in to buy or rent the exorbitantly expensive flats that have been built around here, most of which are not social in any way, shape or form. There's restaurants opening up that are just unaffordable to most people around here because traditionally a poor area. So there's an exclusion going on between the people that come in, and it's not their fault, but the people that are coming in, they don't know how people are feeling that already live here and the way that people are feeling excluded from any kind of social opportunities.
Joe Dromey believes the reason for high rents in London lies within the wider housing market rather than decisions made by the council.
In London and across the country, we haven't built enough homes since the 70s, and because there's not enough supply and lots of demand, prices go up. So prices for rent, prices for buying a home are soaring out of the reach of most people. One of the first acts of the Tory Lib Dem coalition government was to reduce funding for affordable housing by 2/3. What that means is the homes that we are seeing built, far fewer of them are affordable or social homes.
Whether you believe Sadiq Khan's housing development plans are good or bad, it seems impossible to get away from the tide of gentrification. With the landscape of the city's traditionally poor boroughs changing, will Londoners be driven out of London?